Hello, okay, so I'm here today with a doctor who cleared the
Yeah,
clinical exam last end of the year. So congratulations, I'm very happy for you. Um,
yeah,
Look, tell us a little bit about yourself because I remember we met last year and you said to me, look, I have done 3 exams, face to
yeah,
face, online, and I need your help. So,
yes, yeah,
yeah, so how many
yeah,
times did you start the exam and
yeah,
how were you preparing for those?
yeah. First of all, I need to say thanks Paula for all the support and help in prepare my exam journals. So I have made, I think it's my fourth attempt for this AMC exam, and I know Paula from the very beginning. I think back to 2019. I mean, before my first attempt. So it's my fourth attempt. Yeah, I'm very glad I made it. And it's definitely a difficult exam. It's not easy to pass. I always so amazed by people like they pass by first attempt. But I think the main reason we need to remember is if you really prepare well and you have to do a lot of role plays and I think you can pass by the first attempt if you're really, really well prepared. But from my story is to be honest, my first attempt, like I want to give it a try, I feel my time is limited. I'm not well prepared and I just read Miss Paula's notes and just give a go. What happened is even the first time, I just missed one station.
Oh my God.
So
Were
yeah,
you busy working all the time in the medical system?
yes, I'm working
You
in
were
assistance,
over.
but I'm working overseas at the time. So,
Okay,
I have
different.
no idea of what's going on in Australia, and I s- I only rely on Paula's notes.
So you got my notes from the beginning when I first put
Yes,
them in
from
the
very
okay,
beginning.
the
Yeah,
old
in
thing. Okay.
2019. Yeah. So I think even at that time, I just missed one station.
That
So
was
what
really
happened
good.
is, yeah, what
Doing
happened is,
overseas.
yeah, I think this exam, there must be like a bit of luck within the exam,
Mm.
maybe you're more familiar with some topics but that's why after one first time I feel really kind of uh confident in passing maybe my second attempt, but which unfortunately is not the case because second time they changed it to the online exam, which is a different format.
Yes, so
And yeah, my second time is they just released the online format, so no one have done it before.
okay. So you were the pilot.
It's almost yeah, it's basically the pilot exam, which unfortunately I still failed. But luckily, I passed by the very end by doing a face-to-face format.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I got a couple of lessons I can share with my peer doctors.
Please, yes, doctor, that'll be great.
Yeah, the first is I think you still need to be well prepared. And by well prepared I mean you at least you need to go through all the like the subject, the disciplines like the obstetrics, pediatric, not just medical and surgical, also psychology. So because most of us should be quite familiar with the medical and the surgery,
Yes.
but I guess unless you working in pediatric or even obstetrics before, but most people will be that's their weak point.
You
That's what
mentioned,
I learned.
yes, you
Yeah, that's
mentioned
what
from the beginning, those are my
yeah,
weakness. I need to
yeah,
focus on that.
that's really weak point. But weak point is as can be shown in my failed attempts, I always fail in the similar situation. So that's first lesson. Like we need to know our like weakness, like where our
Intermediate.
weakness is.
Yes,
Yeah, and
very
need to focus
important.
and really, really work on that. To be honest, like if you find your weakness, really need to like work on that. It's like it's very likely you make a similar like mistake all the time. And so the second lesson I can share with others, you really need to, after you go through the notes, you really need to find a study partner to do role play with you because that's the
Did you
mistake I
did you
made.
do a
Yeah.
Yes, because I remember you didn't. So
Yeah,
but
that's
nevertheless,
another mistake.
how many
Yeah.
study partners did you have in all your 4 attempts?
I don't have study partner.
You
I
you
have
never
zero study partner.
you
Yeah, I have
never had a study
zero.
partner.
I never study partner. I think that's the main reason, because by the end of the day, this is also key. This is basically performance, and
Yes,
it's not about just about knowledge. You know, you need to relay your knowledge to your patient and to the
by
examiner.
yes, by
So it's
talking.
just it's kind of, yeah, by talking, it's kind of performance. So I think I have to say, by the, before my most recent time, I find Paula, and we do a lot of like online
Yes,
format, like personal
yes,
tutorial, which
personal,
is really
yes,
helping.
private sessions.
Yeah.
So how was that experience for you who never practiced actually talking to someone, the case? How did you find those sessions? Did they change the game, or did they cover you? How did they prepare you different, would you say?
Yeah, I think that if you find someone who can, like, who at least who is very experienced in the exam formats, in exam content, if they can go through with you, and I think the most important thing is they need to give some feedback. I think feedback is really important, and if you have the right feedback, it's easier for you to work on your weakness as well. Because sometimes even you like find start partner, I think maybe it's good if they can pick out some mistake you made. But what if they didn't? You guys just make the same mistake all the time.
Yes,
So
people
I
always
think that,
say, yes, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. People always
yeah,
say just practice with side partner, and they find sometimes they have luck, sometimes not. But people,
yeah,
when I do the private meetings, they say to me, "Oh, you're really good because my side partner doesn't tell me my mistakes." They always say, "Oh, you're doing really good." So it's not only for the
yeah,
talking and having
yeah,
that
I know.
support, yes, you're
Yeah,
good, but it's
yeah,
actually,
yeah,
oh, you
yeah.
missed that, or you need to focus on that. Yes.
Yeah. Study partner is very good if you guys just want to go through the topics, just go through the records. It's good, it's because they just want to, you practice how to say it, how do you present your case to the,
And
as
the
a,
time, yes, time
yeah,
management
yeah,
and all that.
or time management stuff. But you really need to find someone who can like be relatively more senior, and know more about exam, who can help you through the journey. Yeah, so that's the second lesson. You need to find
Okay.
someone who can practice with you. The third one is, I think third one is apparently this exam, we have many recalls, but just be mindful, maybe recall is not complete. And recall can contain, like wrong information as well. And they can change
Yes, they can change the
they can
information,
change during the exam.
the wordings.
So yeah, they always change a little bit during, between different exams. So I think that's why we still need to back to the first experience. You need to prepare well enough. It's about the approach, it's about the knowledge, and it's more about your thinking. Yeah,
Exactly. It's common sense
yeah,
at the end, isn't it? It's the
yeah,
foundations. It's not about
yeah.
the
Foundation is
details
there.
of
Yeah,
the case, but it's more about being familiar with the topics,
yeah,
what kind of similar cases on the cluster. But yes, as you say, it's the approach. So,
yeah, yeah. The
so my
cluster, the
notes,
approach. Yeah, yeah.
would you say my notes were helpful for that, to get the approach
Yes,
right and to familiarize
definitely,
yourself with those?
definitely. I think Paula has very good summary for the AMC clinical part, and I have go through the summary, and that's the foundation knowledge.
You
And
probably
that's very
cover
important.
my
Yeah,
whole course, and you probably review it multiple times,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, yeah. But
Good, good study.
I also recommend doing Paula's the tutorial. You still need to present your knowledge. So it's equally important.
Yes,
So
yes.
you can present knowledge, right? So yeah, I know many doctors have failed a couple of times before. I know someone personally,
Yes.
and they're all good doctors. They've been working and they have good knowledge, but still, they still time and time they can't pass it, they
Yeah.
failed. But I
How
have
do
to admit, I have to
yeah,
admit that there may be a couple of like luck or within the exam itself, because every time, it's kind of draw lots, right? You can't really know like 300, 400 cases practice every day. It's just impossible because we
yes,
can only press by the approach, by subject, like by the cluster wise. But I have to say, if really want you want to achieve this goal, you need to be persist.
keep
And
going.
I think for preparation time, I think depending on your like level, I think 3 to 6 months should be enough.
At
And
least, isn't it? Yes, good
if
preparation because people write a
yeah,
lot. I want to sit, and then oh
I
yes,
know.
like
Yeah,
expensive trial exams for $1,000
yeah,
wasted because they rushing too fast, but they don't know what
yeah,
they're doing. Yeah,
yeah. I had to say it's not easy exam. You can, we're really prepare. It's not easy to pass because like, they got many small things they want to check on you. So you need to like, at least you go through with someone's like experiences before the exam, the recent recalls, and before you make a plan. Because another story I see like quite a few doctors pass by first attempt.
yeah. Look, I passed by the
Yeah,
first attempt
yeah,
after many years of not practicing, but I was
yeah,
lucky. I stopped working in medical research, and my husband supported me, and I was
mm,
making those notes, making those
mm,
summaries for
yeah,
myself. And at the library, I dropped the kids at the school at daycare, and I was sitting at the library all day just studying. Not many people have the time to do that. So,
mm,
and I also work a lot in the mindset. I can do this. I know it's hard, but I will be able to do this, and just
yes,
stopping that negative self-talk that a lot of people are always, oh, this is so hard. I'm going to fail, but I'm going to sit
mm,
anyway. So that I work a lot on that, but the time is also an issue because I know you were working, and I was
mm.
surprised that you say, I'm having the exam next Tuesday and I'm working until Saturday. I say, oh my God, because a lot of people can take a study leave, but you didn't stop working. So
Mm.
you were always working. How did you manage the time to study? And you have
Oh,
family.
yeah, to be honest, it's not easy. Like I think it's a sacrifice for you, a short sacrifice for everyone. You really need to make at least like make sure you got a couple hours per day to do the
Keep,
study.
keep
You
reading,
you need yeah you need to, and you need to trace your progress. It's sometimes hard to trace your own progress because like, so that's why I think Paula make a
the
good
tutor or
summary.
someone
Yeah,
else
tutorials.
externally.
Yeah, yeah. You can check your progress and like what you haven't done and what you have done, and just uh, click off all the tasks, before the attempt. It's not easy to pass. Well, again, it's not easy to pass if we are prepared as long as, we always have some kind of weak points, so
Yes.
we need to find our weak points.
Be aware of that first. Yes.
Yeah, be well done and works on that. So and as Paula says, it's not easy for anyone. But the most important thing is I think it's a worthwhile journal. If you really persist, you can definitely make it. It's just about sometime, someday you will make it. It's sooner or later. It's not as doable exam. And I think it's because, think about so many doctor pass already, right?
It has to be
I
possible.
know, yeah, yeah. I know. The thing is, if you really want to pass it, just think about how you can pass it,
And it's definitely
yeah,
possible.
and how to, and just about find out which the weakness or the mistake you have made and work on that.
So how
And
did you overcome the frustration every time you say, oh, fail, fail? How? You just say, okay, this is part of the journey. Let's keep going. Next time I will focus again on the
yeah,
gynecopediatrics.
yeah,
How did you come
definitely.
there? Oh,
Yeah,
again. Because yes, it's a lot of time, effort that you put, sacrifices, and money is expensive, but still you kept
yes.
going. And I always like your attitude that you seem very calm all the time. Your personality is like that, and everyone
Yeah,
has a different, background. cultural background, belief, personality, but yes, it's the attitude, and to know this is part of the journey and accept everyone goes different journey, but you will get there, you know?
Yeah, definitely you'll get
The
there.
trust and the persistence, yeah.
Yeah, when the exam, I mean, turn out to be unfavorable results, of course you'll be angry, you'll be annoyed. It's expensive exam, and it takes like half a day if you do like face to face. Take a 1 day if you do online, but it's still doable because you know it's something you want. If it's something you want, you need to work on that. No matter like, it's not about what it costs. I know everyone have their own priority, but as long as think you need it, you need to pass the exam. You really need to work hard to achieve your goal because it's achievable. It's
You will
not
get
a,
there.
yeah, you will definitely get there. It's not easy journey. No one says easy. I think the pass rate is, everyone knows the pass rate is not high
Very
enough.
low, I guess. I don't know exactly
To
how
be
much
honest.
yeah.
Yeah. But still you need to persist with it, your journey, because you make a decision. You pass it and when you look back by the end of the day, okay, it's just one normal thing happening in your normal life. And but before I know, of course, it's before you pass it, it's difficult. You feel miserable, but that's why you need to find someone to support you. I know family is very important. I mean, study partner are also important. I think Paula is very good tutor as well. She is very supportive.
Thank you.
Someone needs to support you through the journey, and someone need to find out your weak point. You need to work on that, and instead of making the same mistake all the time. Yeah.
How did you deal? I want to ask you something. How did you deal with? Did you have any, the stress on the exam? A lot of people say, "Oh, you're really good prepared," and they say, "Oh my God, the nerves freak me. I got completely, the first couple of stations." And of course, I probably think everyone experienced the stress is more, and it's harder the first time because you don't know what to expect from. But how did you go with that? Oh my God, the exam is tomorrow. Am I ready? I'm going to make the mistakes.
Yeah, I think it's good to remember. That's why it's important to have a plan. Like when you know your exam date, you can write a plan for your study plan, like how many days per week, how many hours per day, and depending on your weakness, strength, like you divide them.
Focus on that.
Yeah, focus on the stuff your weakness, and a couple of days before exam, try to relax. I follow Paula's suggestion. I just go, have a dinner with my family.
Did you use some of my tips like that? I went to the movies the night before in Melbourne alone, and I had a good night's dinner, and so yes, stop thinking about that. Okay.
Yeah, stop thinking about it. Have a dinner with your family, your friends, even movie. Just don't watch too late.
Yeah.
But relax yourself, because by any means, it's an exam. The role player, the examiner are just there doing their jobs. And you are there doing your jobs. They're not there to, no one is going to intentionally hurt you, harm you, or make your life miserable. They're only doing their jobs, The role player just told what they should do, talking to you. The examiner just have some tricks, hand in there. But they are taught to do this, right? So by the end of the day, it's just normal day in your life. Try it, relax. It's hard to say, but that's why we can follow Paula's meditation.
So I have a lot of the mindset. Did you find those resources useful?
Yeah, that's very useful, Paula. Yeah. Okay. Because it's hard to say, okay, I want to focus my mindset just the day before the exam. No, not like that.
The whole process, isn't it? From the start, you need to focus on.
From start, You need to remember it's just a hard exam, but it can be durable if you were prepared. It's just about you really need to pay some efforts on it. and find some study partner, and find some good tutor, and find some good reading, revision material. That's all about it. And then you work on that. Most important, have a plan. And
I like that. I like that, the plan, because yes, look, I put in my notes I think it's 3 month study plan, 12 weeks as I have it. But to be honest, that for someone that is only focusing on that, I took like 8 months and I was pretty much full-time plus looking after the girls. So yes, at least I like the 6 month margin, as you said, by having a plan and going through and checking the approach and giving yourself a space, not
Yes, I still remember some guys say like, it's not about like doing for exam or something like this. Like, it's not about if you fail the exam or success is about, even you fail, it's not your fault. It's not really
take it too personal.
Yeah, but if you don't have a plan, that's your fault. If you don't like have a plan, prepare for the exam, it's your fault. Like, so that's why I agree with Paula. If you don't feel you're really prepared, you just want to go, you try your luck. It's not a good thing. It wastes a bit of money, and also like discourage you from further study and attempt as well. If it's so difficult,
pull you down.
Yeah. So what we can do is we can, like, depending on everyone's circumstance, you form a plan before start the journey, and then book the exam accordingly. And the rest of like small things, I think they got many record like experience from other doctors, but that's not the major things. I think it's the major thing. You need to prepare well and have a plan and mindset and relax. As consistency. And yes, consistency is also important. Like, if you want to do that's why we don't want to make it too long, the journey too long, right?
Yes, of course.
If you have plan, no one can like make a plan like consistent doing one thing like more than, and because everyone has other obligations as well, right? We want
a lot of responsibility.
Do the exam and then move on. So make a plan, make a New Year wish, and
stick to it, but with the help of someone. I have solved my summaries from the start, 2018, when I passed, and only last year I was doing more consistently, the role plays, the tutoring, and it was very reassuring that what people need is a lot of that feedback, honest feedback, and the motivation to show up. So all my students were not taking one meeting and things and bye, but it was the regular weekly sessions that make you accountable, and you have to show up. You know what you're coming with this subject, so you need to. That helps to be, the consistency. I agree to work on that, so we're going to review this, and it helps you to keep going and to stick to that plan, because you can stick to a plan, but things happen in life and you get off track. But having someone, of course, the investment you make to the tutor and the time that you get for yourself is a commitment. So it's a lot about committing to having a plan, but committing to that plan.
Yes, that's
probably
true.
Finding resources from outside that help you to make that plan the reality. Oh, look, I was very happy when I got your message before Christmas or during the Christmas break. I passed. Thank God. I knew it was your time, and as you said, everyone just has to fail and go with the journey, because we never know. The luck is there. Totally agree with that. But you can help with the right approach, and that's why my summaries and the foundations are the basis.
Definitely. The foundation is always very similar in different subjects. You need to follow your foundations, and you need to have your approach, and you need to follow the format as well. I think here, like more like tick a box stuff. You need to follow the format. You can't really ignore those small things, because they will tick it off. So it's cumulative. It will be important if you make too many small mistakes. and which gave them more excuse to fail you that station. So it's important try to do more do tutoring maybe with Paula. I think it's important with some experiences. And I know some doctors very experienced this, but still and another thing, like when during this time I listen to other doctors recording, and when you listen to other doctors telling how they approach the case, you can maybe I missed this, I missed that. Maybe that is also important.
You mean about my group sessions that I shared in my summaries? Yes, look, you were very proactive, and you were saying, oh, you didn't upload these last week lessons. Where are the recordings? So I said, oh my God, he's listening, so it's good, and people learn from listening to others. So while you didn't have the chance to participate in the group sessions, you were listening to the recordings, and you listen to other people. Any little things, the wording, the approach, how they introduce themselves. I'm glad that was also helpful, because we're also running those twice a week.
Definitely. All right. I think it's to summarize,
any final points.
Final points. It's we can't, as most doctors know, it's not easy exam purely by the number, by statistics, not exam. But on the other hand, it's doable. It's more like if you really want, like Paula, make it by the first attempt, you need to well prepare for it, and don't just rely on pure luck. If on pure luck, it's unlikely you can pass it.
Of course.
But if you're really well prepared, you can we can. I think everyone can pass it by the end of the day.
I forgot to ask you something, Doctor. Look, there's a lot of courses, very recognized organizations, and people pay $5,000 or probably more. I never did that because I didn't have the money, and I little kids to look after to go away. That moment was not online. A lot of people do courses, and they feel frustrated because they keep failing. So they say, oh my God, I don't know how else to prepare. I'm very well prepared. I have all the courses. I have done replays. Did you do any other courses?
The only course I do is those Paula's course. I haven't done any.
Because you see people doing a lot, and they say, I don't know what else to do. I have paid all these people all the courses, but I'm still not prepared. But it's going back to the basics, isn't it? The approach and the foundation.
Yes, some of the doctor I know, they do some courses from outside courses. As Paula said, it's very expensive. But so I think for coursework, I think the content it shouldn't be that different. We got all the records. Everyone got a similar
the
records.
Information is out there.
Yes, out there. It's not about they know some secret stuff. I think it's more about find one that suits you, because for my condition, because I'm working at the time, I really need to find someone who can suit my schedule. I want to do. I know all I need is doing more role play, find my weakness. So, on the other hand, I can, during my spare time, I can go through the notes, like someone has summarized good notes for me. So I think Paula course is suitable for me because I can go through notes, and then she's very flexible. I'm really thankful to her help during my journey, fit my schedule as well. And sometimes quite early in the morning.
Yes, very early, but I'm flexible, and it works for others as well. So that's also good to have
so,
that.
Depending individual circumstances. Like for my case, I think Paula's course suited me, and it's doing great. And also it's not expensive as well.
Very, very affordable.
Very affordable.
Look, I could be charging a lot for the summaries or for the time because it's worthy, but I want people to pass, and I really want to serve others because I know how many are struggling, and it's not fair. Look, I hate the system. It's not right, and I know there's failing all the international medical routes, but if we want a new life, if we want better opportunities for our family, and as you say, if you know the big long-term goal, just stick and find ways to get there. And unfortunately, most people have to sit the exam. There's not many other avenues to to skip. Thank you so much. So I always say, think how you're going to celebrate when you pass. How did you celebrate?
Oh yeah, I celebrate by because before the Christmas I know the good news, so I think I celebrate with my family, going to the same restaurant before I do the exam.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah.
Same place before and after.
And yeah, so it's and I think another small thing is pray do works. I think
Yes.
Paula also pray for me, and I think my family also pray for me. And depends, I think there's small things, but then they works for
They
you.
all work. They all work.
Yeah,
Just don't be
they all
close.
work.
Look, I do Reiki,
Yeah,
so
don't
I
be
send
close.
energy to my students. I pray for you the day of exam, and yes, I always keep you in my in my mind. Okay.
But I think the last thing I say, that when you do the exam, just think about in this, like the low paid examiner, everyone doing their jobs. They are not there to hurt you or fail you intentionally. They are, to be honest, sometimes they are there to help you
Yes,
to
like
pass the
they're,
exam.
as you say, not by intentionally. In my mindset resources, I say send love to the role players, send love to the just imagine that they are supportive, exactly, care about them, and they think that they are supporting you. They are also
they're supporting you to the junior as well, because they are the love, but they are there to help you. To be honest, I know the passing rate is not high, but
the problem is that it's the AMC from the top. They are just workers. The system is wrong, and we can say that, but it's not their fault.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Paula.
much for your time. I'm very glad, and I know this year will be, it's good that that's not on your plan. You're going to have an amazing year with that goal tick after so many efforts and sacrifices, because with the working and the family. But yes, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your tips, and also inspiring others to keep in mind that it's not easy. You can keep going, and as we say, it's doable, but the mindset, the prayers, and all helps. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Everything will help by the end of the day. Just a little bit persistence. Yeah.
And keep going. Thanks.
Keep going. Thanks, Paula. It's really nice to chat into you again.
Yes, it's lovely to see you again.